Excellent, excellent! The village is clearly reaching an entirely new stage of development now that we have our pips working on creating none other than a metal, river, basically. I suppose that Eggshell Shores has outlived its position as being next to the eggshells of our chickens, and instead it is safe to say that it has turned into the Metal River, which we shall go ahead and poke more on and hopefully gather lots and lots of copper ore that we can turn into copper bars that we can apparently sacrifice to a nature god over at our nature temple in the future. But we're gonna have to go ahead and worry about all of that after the next doom prophecy arrives. First, we must fight off sickness, and then we must fight off terror and fear. But I think in both cases, we've actually done fantastic. So fantastic indeed that we welcomed in many new babies last time, and I named all of the villagers to make sure that we don't have an unlucky day. So welcome. Given the sacred names of our Patreon guild, we now have Veranda, Tara, Megan's Gaming, Shish Arena, and Just Sister running about. And where you're running about is kind of hard to tell at this stage, but I promise you guys are in here. There's Tara hiding behind where hopefully, Tara, do you want to end up like helping to collect chicken feathers from the totally just sleeping in tomato sauce wild chickens? We can work on that because we need lots of fabric. Yeah, we do. Because apparently you use fabric to go ahead and train people in how to become hoity-toity, so that then they can become amazing brick collectors like Pink Flamingo! Somehow I completely missed that we had a brick maker over here already, and they were collecting bricks. So we actually have 10 amazing bricks by Pink Flamingo that we shall try to find something very useful to use them on next time. Right now, Fire Phoenix is attempting to hold off doom and gloom with all of the health essence that she has been frantically creating out of medical herbs. Fly forth, my little food, fly forth. For the time of doom is upon us, and yeah, I'm still feeling pretty sassy that we've got this. Probably too sassy, since we have like 10 feathers to fend off all of the cold. Oh, 12 feathers to fend off all of the cold of winter. I really don't want to have to introduce our little chicken population to a butcher who might be a feather picker, we'll say. Haha, take that, Doom! Though I say that, but sometimes even when you get the good outcome, like, bad things can happen. But maybe not the case? Eh? Maybe something good's gonna happen? Oh, hey! Are we gonna get a cat? Like, I would really love if we had a random event where we just, like, had a cat come join us. Everybody's just dancing among the wild chickens here. What's going on? Oh, somebody's coming up with like some new resources or something. Hey, Panda Bird, thank you. Huzzah, new tools to help us go ahead and continue our expansion. Excellent. Mwah. So we had a level 4 risk of illness though. So if we hadn't been able to fight that off, it would have been a really big, bad event. Not that we've had to worry about that. But all the future villages are going to be on a much more difficult setting. Just warning you. You might want to be careful. You've been warned. Patrons, you've been warned. And we have gone ahead and our scribblers over at the Scribble Scribe University have learned how to make a still. A pip once found a way to extract precious juice from apples. Apples! We were in disbelief. And that would be very, very useful if we had fruit. I guess we could gather berries. So I guess technically being next to a forger would count. So I guess we could work on this still. It would need a brewer and it would also need cobblestone path. And hey, it explodes on occasion. Okay. And the brewer would also be a part of the bourgeoisie class. So they would indeed be a rather picky pip, but we can work with that. Also, we can work with, oh my gosh, like look, I know we were kind of joking, but the doom fear threat is 110. If we have not had space vans and like a few people just chilling and having some like food together, this would have been very bad. However, I do believe we can free up all of those villagers now. So I hope everybody got to know each other quite well. And maybe even we can work with that to have more piplings running afoot soon. All right, well, let us carry on by carrying on. We need to get more hemp fields installed to try to have the hemp for our cloth makers to be able to use. Also, on rare occasion, for our health makers to make. And let's see, so we can put in another field right here, and we can put in another field right here, and those could be tomatillos, but we can always swap them in and out. So maybe I should just finish up with these tomato fields. Okay, then we would have excess tomatoes. Does anybody want the tomatoes at the moment? Apparently not, so you know what, like, okay, here. Like, I can't even think of like somewhere that could use these tomatoes as fast as we have them. Should I just let the pips eat them? I mean, I guess I could make another... Oh, I did want to make another glop cauldron. Well, there is that. We need a little bit more glop to gloop. So +2 if dwelling within 1, +2 if water within 1, and then we can make a lot of glop. This actually would work out great. So let's go ahead and we shall build ourselves another glop maker, and we can have even more soup, maybe some tomatoey soup. And I would say we could sacrifice some tomatoes to the nature god, but like literally nature god's chilling. So I guess we could work on the hemp field actually. Let's just go ahead and remove these seeds and we'll plant some hemp down because we need warmth for winter. So I mean, last winter I was quite frantic and it turned out that everything was fine because it was quite a warm winter. Also, we can remove that sign to have a little bit more room to work with whatever we're doing over here. Annalini! Have you finished training as a... Oh my gosh, look at all that medicine. That means soon we shall have a doctor in town, which would be fantastic. Can I train? No handyman available for training. For real? Like, not a single one? Nobody can be promoted right now? Oh my gosh, everybody's trained except the babies. Boy, is that ever a little bit of a stunner. Okay, well, I mean, that aside, let's see. And we can also go ahead and we'll remove this relaxation stand to put in another bakery, because I think we could train another miller to, like, we're barely staying ahead on the bread. So I think we could get a good chunk ahead on that too. Excellent, and that'll be enough pips to keep everybody fed, which has us come back full circle to the so now what sort of thing. And the now what, of course, is going to be celebrating our wonderful little pipling society by making it maybe look a little nicer now. All right. But yes, let's work on Metal River. So as I mentioned to all of you just now, this will become a land known as Metal River. The reasoning being that we are going to put a lot of our metal working shops over here so that they can have all of their noisy business elsewhere. We can have copper mines. We have one copper mine right here, and we can put another copper mine in here once we finish like expanding towards that area. And then once we have the mines in place, we're going to have the smeltery. So we can actually upgrade from a furnace to a smeltery. Wait a second. Cobblestone path to dwelling. Okay, I can make that work. And then I could just have this like actually producing more than one. That's fine. That's fine. Just because I didn't notice that until now doesn't mean anything whatsoever. Just because we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a break from making tools so that I can have a cobblestone path that's going to like meander from these locations. This is fine. You know what? This is totally fine. This is going to look nice. Having that organized is great. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, well, we're gathering up. Are we gathering up enough feathers? No hunters available, and there's no handyman available. Oh my goodness gracious. You know what? That means if there's room, like put the baby pips in the house. If there's room in the houses, we're gonna have baby pips be in there. if there's enough pips available, because that's just silly. All right, so, excellent, excellent, I say. It seems that we are indeed managing to spread out our little society into some useful locations. Aha, woodworker up there. That's one of the things we were going to actually have, because they can get a lot of wood from here, and we can put a paper cutter over here. Look at us go. Ah, speaking of paper cutters, we're getting closer and closer to being able to have a bookmaker. Oh, I'm so ever excited about that. What do you mean we don't have... Oh my gosh, I can't believe we left that like unbuilt, for crying out loud. Okay, let's, okay, oh my gosh, you can't, okay, this is fine. This is fine. You can't stop pips from doing certain things, like terraforming. You can't make them stop if you have distracted them. That's fine. Okay, well. I dare say Metal River will usher in, dare we say it, an entire new season of our adventures here in Are We There You? Because we're not there yet. We still have quite a bit more to go. And let's see if our scribblers have anything to scribble, because we have covered quite a bit of what has currently been available to them. I guess they can go ahead and scribble about the pub, where we can go and have depressed pips healed, and we can enjoy social events whilst drinking lots and lots of juice. And speaking of enjoying social events, let us prove to the fear gods that we have nothing to fear. Take that. Yeah, we've got too many knife jugglers and too much delicious bread to be afraid of you, fear gods. I'm sipping my tea nervously because now that I said that... Did you see the threat level go up? We're barely halfway through the prophecies for this town. I have something for you. Oh boy. Oh heckin' beans. You better not mess with me. Oh, I am always serious. I don't know, sometimes I think our fears are silly, but not in a bad way. I propose a pact. You see, there is some power struggle among us domains. What nonsense are you sprouting now? Give me your strength and the village will be spared. Think about it. Absolutely not, you whippersnapper, get out of here. Okay, I think this was the big event. And because we smashed it, then we can go ahead and enjoy a lovely boon. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't really trust this domain. The domain makes an offer. It wants to make a pact with you in exchange for more power. Will you trust it? We could doubt the domain and all buildings are efficient for 5 days. Or we could trust the domain and hope will increase by 25%. But we have a debt with the domain, and if we form a pact with hope or fear, the domain will be angered if we don't. And efficiency for 5 days doesn't sound that good compared to hope production going up by 25% permanently. But having a debt of hope, a debt of fear. That sounds like the more exciting story, doesn't it? Let's do it. Ooh, okay. I don't know what the debt means, but this is gonna be interesting. Oh my gosh, where am I going? Trust the domain. Production of hope has increased by 25%, and now we have a debt with domain. That was a boon. But what kind of boon? I think either of those were a boon. I have no idea where we have gone. I have been abducted by aliens who are feeding off of human emotions and, like, managing my tiny village. Ah, there I am. You have made a wise choice, Elder. Now leave it to me. Don't make me regret this. So faithful. We have trusted the domain. I think that means we made the other domains more angry? Maybe? I see. I see we have been cursed. An omen is coming for us. So now we're caught up in a power struggle between the domains. Oh, that's what that does. I see. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, okay. Okay, so let me think this through. Okay. what's our prophecy list look like? So we're getting close to the final prophecy, I think, which is really exciting for this little village. So we have cataclysm, sickness, cold, fear. Hey, that's not fair. The domain's threat will increase. We have cataclysm, cold, fear, sickness, cold. So a lot of cold coming up and sickness. And then the cold domain is going to be like the biggest thing we struggle with as we leave winter and we enter what appears to be nothing but the apocalyptic times. You may note that the lovely little adorable markings along the side have thus far kind of pointed out the shifting of the seasons. As we pass through the different seasons, like spring is green, summer is yellow, autumn is orange. Yes, very delightful. Winter is white. And then what is that? Oh, that's a new season. It's the season of doom. Okay. All right, again, we can deal with this. We can deal with this because, like, look at this. We've just... wait, did we finish researching that yet? Oh, never mind. We haven't finished researching the pub, but being threatened by a domain god has joggled my memory beams. And behold, I am about to remember something. More buildings or fertile terrain? Let's go with the fertile terrain for now. Fertile grounds. Surprisingly, the ground sometimes responded to disasters by making the soil more hospitable to plants and crops. Yay! Okay. And then remove... Okay, ashes. All right. Okay. Things burn down, volcanoes explode. Gotcha, gotcha. Remove ashes. Once you get rid of the ashes, the ground looked much better. It seems like plants like to eat the burnt remains of other plants. Isn't that funny? Sure. Seed extractor. Yes. Finally. Oh my gosh. This is a huge celebration. Like this is the capstone upon this event. I love this. Seeds extractor. A very complicated way of using machines to extract seeds from fruits and vegetables. They should have just smashed them with a hammer like in the old days. So we can go ahead and we can put in a vegetable to get seeds, and you get +1 for each fruit maker within 1 and +2 if dwelling is within 1. So you only get 2 for dwelling, and then each fruit maker is going to be an extra 1. So for our fruit, that's gonna be our noms. Like, where's our apples and pears and oranges? Yeah. Fruit would be berries. Aha! And our foraging spots. Gotcha. Okay. Field collector. By carefully observing the grass that grew all around the fields off season, Pips were able to find new sources for hemps and seeds. Oh, that's very good. Okay, that makes me happy. +2 if field building within 1. I mean, I feel like that's okay. That just like we can collect stuff in other ways too. Ooh, hemp processor. One Pip invented a strange mechanism that could slice and dice fruits and vegetables to extract hemp. For some reason, it worked. Oh my gosh, so we could turn our tomatoes into hemp. And that also, if you're next to a fruit maker in dwellings, will give you a bit of a boost. That's really good for being able to have our clothing made. Squeezer. It was a simple machine, but it allowed us to recover some of the water from the fruit we grew. The sound, however, was terrible. Okay, if we really, we need a fisher for that too. So if we really, really need to get water, I'm gonna remember that because I'm, birds! Because I'm a little, like, concerned about, like, why would we need water when there's water everywhere, right? Right? But there we have it. There we have it, my friends. We have done much with our village of Are We There You, and we shall continue to do much. But I have to say I'm quite proud about what we have indeed accomplished. Is it a little bit of a mish, of a mash, of a moosh? Yes. Have we unlocked any of those things that we just learned about? The seeds extractor! Yes! Oh, I'm so happy to see that. Or should I say, I'm so happy to seed that. And it looks like we have not unlocked any of the other things, but we're approaching the final set of prophecies. So I sense a new season upon us. A season in which I will reply to the question of are we there yet with no, we're not there yet. And a season in which we should hopefully enjoy even more of our adventures here in our wonderful little village. Especially now that I can go ahead and have some seeds to pluck. That's going to be really fun, just because I love the idea. And we shall carry on with more of our adventures next time, my friends, when we shall begin a new season of Are We There Yet? Called No, We Aren't. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.